Okay, so there's chlorine. A dense pale green gas. It's smelly and poisonous, and as I said, it occurs as chlorides. For example, sodium chloride, salt in the sea. Its atomic its atomic mass is 35.5. Now, put this picture in just to make the point. What chlorine? It's horrible stuff. It's got all sorts of uses, but it's also been put to terrible use as well, and that's an example of what happens. What chlorine does, it can react with react with hydrogen to form hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride will dissolve in water, forming hydrochloric acid. Now, what they did in the First World War, is both the Germans and the British, they used chlorine gas in gas bombs as hydrogen chloride. And of course, what it does is it dissolves on moisture on the body, anywhere where there's moisture, and very, very rapidly changes into hydrochloric acid. And one of the organs that it attacked, the hydrochloric acid attacked, yes, it is very poisonous. It's also very useful, though. They use it in swimming pools. Which has reminded me, I meant to say this at the start. So with all of these elements that I'm mentioning, you would be very well advised to find out a little bit about what they're used for, where they come from, and just get an idea of how they're used. Because most of them have got one use or another, but also some of them are poisonous as well. But yeah, chlorine gas can in this example is poisonous. Yes, deadly, very painful. What it actually did, the main organ that it attacked was the eyes. And this was done deliberately. And what happens is the hydrogen chloride dissolves in the water in the eyeball, in your cornea, and on the surface of your eye, forming hydrochloric acid, basically burning out your eyeball. So you can see in the picture here, all of these soldiers here have been blinded. In the First World War and in other conflicts as well. So yes, it is poisonous, but it's also useful as well. Okay, so as I said, with all of these elements, try to find out a little bit about what it's terrible, really. It's a very famous picture, that one, but it's not the only one. So find out a little bit, as I said, that's why I put it in there, really, to try and kickstart your interest a little bit, because it's not just all about the electrons and everything. This has application in the real world, the world around us. It's very, very important that you appreciate that. And I put this in to try and, again, kickstart some extra interest for you, and to encourage you and to find out a little bit about what all of these elements are actually used for, where they come from, how they maybe they are extracted from the earth, how they're even extracted from the air, those sorts of things. So go ahead and do that. And a good place to start will be that periodic table of videos that I keep mentioning and mentioned in the other presentation, part 1 of the periodic table. It's called periodic table of videos. Periodic table of videos. University. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so bromine. There it is. Deep red liquid, red brown vapor. Like chlorine, smelly and poisonous. Found in the sea is magnesium bromide, and has an atomic mass of 80, a relative atomic mass of 80. Iodine, grey purple solid, purple vapor, again smelly and poisonous. Although in the right form, it's actually used if you've ever been to hospital or ever cut yourself. That brown solution that they put around the cut. That's an iodine solution. It's a good what's the word I'm looking for? Disinfectant. It kills germs in that form. Iodine has an atomic mass of 127. All right, so I just thought I'd put those in just to get this idea across to you, that have a look and find out about, every time you mention an element, find out, just spend a little bit of time, not a lot. You don't have to write essays or anything on it, but just have a listen and have a look and see what some of the elements do and where they come from. And as I said, a good place to start will be that periodic table of videos.